Baltimore Ravens head coach John Harbaugh aspires for his offense to have an all-pro tight end in 2025, but his name isn't Mark Andrews. I'm Kyle Krabs with A to Z Sports, and the Baltimore Ravens are entering into this season with lofty expectations. It's as Rex Ryan once said, best when expectations are high. The Ravens are a living embodiment of that as they look to get over their playoff hump this season, thanks in large part to a loaded offense. There's Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry and tight end Mark Andrews and wide receiver Zay Flowers, who posted the rare 1,000-yard receiving season for the Baltimore Ravens in 2024. But the secret superstar in Baltimore, one of the players who helps this whole thing go, is not Derrick Henry or Lamar Jackson or Zay Flowers. These are the faces of the Ravens offense. Tight end Isaiah Likely is the next emerging superstar within the Ravens depth chart, and he has lofty expectations from both his coach and himself entering into a contract season in 2025. Likely will play the final year of his rookie contract and is one of a number of players that the Ravens could and should prioritize getting a contract extension done with in the next several months before the start of the season. Because if John Harbaugh's hopes for Isaiah Likely come true, Likely's price will only shoot through the moon in the midst of swelling tight end salaries across the league. Harbaugh spoke this week at OTAs and said he'd like to see Isaiah Likely be an all-pro and made sure to specify that Likely is capable of it. And rightfully so. The vote of confidence that Coach Harbaugh gave Isaiah Likely is well placed. The Ravens' offense is most dangerous when they are sporting two tight ends on the field. Historically, under Greg Roman, that was two backs and two tight ends, the dreaded 22 personnel that played super heavy and put opposing defenses into base defense. But the Ravens, thanks to the emergence of Derrick Henry and his ability to run out of single back formations in the backfield, plus Lamar Jackson's threat to rush the football himself, allows the Ravens to run a little bit less fullback-oriented offense in strictly 12 personnel. The Ravens' 12 personnel grouping last season had the highest EPA total of any team in the last 20 years. And not only did Baltimore boast the best EPA out of 12 personnel of any team in the league the last 2 decades, they've effectively lapped the field. Their 96.52 EPA out of 12 personnel ranks first amongst all teams since 2005, with the 2007 Indianapolis Colts checking in second with 76.75 expected points added out of the personnel grouping. Only 4 other teams since 2005 totaled plus 50 or higher EPA out of 12 personnel. The 2013 Philadelphia Eagles, the 2010 New England Patriots, the 2018 Kansas City Chiefs, and the 2006 San Diego Chargers. There are obviously some legendary tight end groupings that have been a part of that puzzle in recent NFL history, and Likely is the ascending player within Baltimore's. Yes, Mark Andrews put up big touchdown numbers last year, but when opposing teams are looking to take away Derrick Henry or Lamar Jackson or looking to take away Zay Flowers in coverage, Likely being the counterpunch that so often hit knockout blows for opposing defenses makes him the dangerous straw that stirs the drinks for Baltimore's most dangerous personnel grouping. And with that in mind, and him only continuing to get better while Mark Andrews only continues to get older, should give you every inclination that Harbaugh's prediction or projection or hopes for Isaiah Likely could possibly come true in the right environment. The question now is simply whether or not it happens before Likely signs his next contract to hopefully stay in Baltimore. If I were GM Eric DeCosta, I'd have that at the top of my to-do list.